Welcome to the Gap with Antonio. It's a lovely day, beautiful day. This morning I have a wonderful a leader of the community who has done amazing work within the community. We actually at this place, a beautiful place at the BNP. It's just lovely being here because it's refreshing, because it's just the energy here is just refreshing. And so today I just want to welcome Tom Dennis for this lovely opportunity. Thank you for having us at your place. It's a very beautiful place. Tom, can you please just tell us more? Who is Tom Dennis?
Well, let me start off by thanking you for choosing to interview me. I hear all the adjectives that you use in describing the place and myself, and I must say they are inspiring. I know it's very common these days to use words like amazing, but we take everything on trust that those words represent the way you actually feel. So I'm an old man, as you can see. Can't hide it. But before I was old, I was also young.
Yes.
So I can still remember myself growing up here in Tutankungu.
Yes.
So I grew up here.
Yeah.
My formative life was spent here in Tutankungu.
Yes.
And then, like most young people, I went out into the world, traveled around. I'm sure we'll get into that as we discuss. Did many things in my life. But I always had a longing for home.
Yeah.
So I'm retired now, I'm a pensioner, I'm back home. And what gives me a lot of purpose now is doing things in my community.
Yeah.
If others think that I'm a leader, well, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes.
But what I'm doing because I really like what I'm doing.
Yeah. Let's get into it, Tom. I want to speak about. You'll catch and we'll laugh about this. Let's speak about your playing days as a soccer player. Let's get into that. What interests you into playing soccer?
Well, my memory of myself, and it takes some effort to remember because I'm 67 years old.
Yeah.
My memory of myself growing up was playing soccer.
Yes.
So my fondest memories of school are not about many things other than escapades on the soccer ground.
Yes.
My sense of achievement came out of the things that we did on the soccer ground.
Yeah.
Now I attended a school which is still functioning today, Little Flower, and the only thing we ever did there was play soccer after school, nothing else. I remember it was a boarding school and there were students from all over the country. And some came wanting to play rugby there and so on and so forth. And the boarding master called us in and said, listen, this is Little Flower, we only play soccer here.
Yeah.
So rugby is banned. So maybe that explains our orientation. And I was caught up in that framework. But soccer was, as a consequence, everything in our lives. I think going to school was just an excuse for playing soccer with friends. But even my sense of achievement came out of what we did on the soccer ground.
Yeah.
So we had a team that represented the school called Wolves,
Okay.
which was very well known in Natal, then called Natal, now called KwaZulu Natal.
Yes.
And so growing up, my only purpose was to represent the school, the Wolves, to play for Wolves.
Yeah.
And so when I was called up and did play for them for about 2 years, wow, that was like the ultimate accolade.
Yeah.
So I guess I've always had a passion for soccer. Of course, as I grew up, I did many other things and almost stopped playing soccer. But then these things come back to you as you get older. And as you know, one of the passions that I have now in my older age is organizing soccer.
Yes. I'm sure on the pitch, people play. Okay, you have the amount of talent. What is the one lesson that you've learned on the pitch that in terms of leadership that you learned on the pitch that you would like to implement it to these youngsters that are in the league?
I think soccer, sport in general, is not only a fun activity. So far, we've talked about it as fun,
yes.
passion, but it's also character building.
Yes.
That's why you find, I think one of the biggest mistakes made by authorities in our countries is to diminish the role of sport at schools.
Okay.
Because what I see is an emphasis on academics. Everyone is concerned about getting a high matric pass rate.
Yeah.
And so there's a concentration on academic results. And we've undervalued the role of sports in building character.
Yes.
Now I'll give you an example. When I was playing for our school team, and the whole school was there, and I was the top goal scorer, and it was natural that if there was a penalty, there was no question. And no one would even argue, and I took it as my responsibility. Take the ball, go and kick the penalty, because I invariably scored. Until we got to a cup final, and it was like 2 minutes to the end of the game. We took the penalty that we got, and I missed it. And it was a real shock to my system. Never missed penalties. And then the game went into extra time and then to penalties again. And everyone wanted me to kick the penalty. And of course, having missed that critical moment, I was hesitant. But the players insisted that I kicked it. So I kicked it and I scored. I think that was the first time in my life where I felt my self-belief go down and physically go up. So that is the thing, when you play, firstly people begin to believe in you. They cheer you on, and sometimes you disappoint them. You disappoint yourself. But you must carry on. So I think, look, sport in general, if it is played competitively, builds character. And out of there, you see those who have got leadership potential.
Yeah.
So it's a school for building character. Of course, the main thing now, as a coach, is to make players believe in themselves.
Yes.
Because especially younger people, they avoid responsibility.
Yes.
And so you find that you have to give them that self-belief.
Okay.
I'll give you a practice. Just last week, we had a tournament here, and our goalkeeper didn't pitch up. And so we just got somebody who played goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And then we went for penalties. And then the practice is, when it comes to penalties, you always get the biggest player to block. Or what actually happens is the ones who are most naturally confident are the ones who now volunteer to be the goalkeeper for the penalties. And so the one who was just thrown into the deep end is more reserved and would avoid responsibility. So I insisted that the one who volunteered be the one that plays goalkeeper during the penalty take. And she saved, it was a young girl. These are the under 10s.
Yes.
And there was a young girl who played for us. And she saved one penalty. And she was a real hero. They carried her around. So I look for these opportunities where, you can say something, do something, and a child realizes the potential that they didn't themselves realize.